Olympic Games in '96. He's coaching Valagic.
Yes, 188, so just 5 kilos up for Valagic. He is a better clean and jerker. He just has to try and stay with the others in the snatch.
Does well to steady himself. Great stability in the core and in the shoulders. It's Oliver Crusoe nearest us. Bronze medalist at an Olympics. He's been there, he knows his stuff.
Well, he's pretty close to his limit now, isn't he? It's interesting what he's going to go to next, because he does have one lift left.
Probably a 190. That his best is 192. We just see here, throws his shoulders back, catches it overhead. That bar almost went behind. Really good control to hold it.
Interestingly, Valagic hasn't actually picked that big an opener for clean and jerk. He's posted 223. Just a quick look ahead, 250 is what Lovchev has posted, but a long way to go before then. And the Estonian, not even close, I'm afraid.
Oh no, not even to arm's length. Bar spat him out. Let's hope he hasn't hurt himself.
On the bar, 189 kilograms, second attempt.
This is a dangerous game, diving under these kind of weights. You've got to know what you're doing, know how to get out. If the weight comes down, 99% of the time that is done safely. Good extension. Just lands on his toes. He jumped back slightly. That bar really did spit him out.
Peter Nash, second effort, 189. Battled his way through the London Olympics with a hernia problem. Took 11th there, managed to have his operation after, and very close to his personal best now.
Oh, a bit army on the way up, took the speed off the bar. Really want to keep the arms as long and straight and relaxed for as long as possible. You see as the bar passes his knees, his elbows are bent. Just means the legs can't work that bit harder.
Well, looking calm and relaxed there, the Armenian.
Well in picture, Treva of Brazil, just popping in another warm-up attempt. He's obviously having quite a long gap between his second and third attempts.
And there's the world record holder, Salimi. All 177 kilos of him, 6'6", 2 meters tall, a giant, a bear of a man. It's going to be a while before he comes in. He is the world record holder, of course, at 214. We expect him in at 206. There are still 5 men to join in this competition. We expect Alexandrian and Jarnasek at 190, and then the big 3 are posted 205s and 206. So a long way until then. Peter Nash, he would love to get this. 189. To be honest, his clean and jerk is never great, so he's unlikely to do too much in the total. We'll give him a good chance of being inside the top 10, maybe top 8 in the snatch.
Back on 185. He's going to be disappointed with that. Just not trusting his legs to do the work. It's crazy because you want to get this bar as high as possible, so instinct says let's pull it as high as we can, rather than relying on the technique, which is going to be much more efficient.
Junior World Champion 2010, silver medal, European Championship.
Big Armenian super heavyweight Alex Zanyan coming for 190. This is his opener. This is what he posted, so things must be going on track backstage earlier.
Very quick, aggressive off the floor, maybe rushed a little. The speed off the floor is irrelevant. It's what happens when the bar passes the knees. That's where all the power is generated, but you've got to get past your knees in the right position. Quick and aggressive all the way through, and there's little acceleration as it passes his knees.
So another new lifter to join in. It is Evgeny Jarnashek of Belarus, 190 as well. A little bit heavier than the Armenian who just failed this. (27 years old. It's taken a while to develop, but he's probably at his best now.
And there's the 190, his best is 196. So yes, let's hopefully see him surpass that today.
Yeah, so he's only within a few percent of his very best there for his opener. He was to charge forward a little bit there to get it and recover it, but there's definitely more. Fernando Reis of Brazil coming out for his second 190, so 8 kilograms up on his previous. His PB was only 182 before today in major championships, so this is a big increase. Well, he obviously fancies it, and wasn't that far away for such a big increase.
That's right, he gave it a really good effort. Chest up, good extension. Just out in front, he needs to have his body fully underneath the bar to be able to support it.
Terminidze, 185 to 190 now for his second.
Well, that was better. Superb lifting. Yeah, a little frustrated having missed.
The weight is 190 kilograms.
So I'm looking at the wrong lifter here.
Yes, the Georgian, his hands actually went all the way out at the end there, and as he flicks it up and over, the bar shifts, his hands shift right out to the end. Now, Alex Zanyan missed 190 as his opener, under a little pressure here. Reminds me of Ashot Danielin, Armenian weightlifter from the past, European champion and Olympic medalist.
Short again. He's under pressure now. It's 2 failures with 190. Only has 3 attempts, must make one of them to give himself a chance of making a total.
Yeah, sadly for him, he doesn't have Ashot Danielin's power in the snatch. Danielin that over what is the current world record. But in an Armenian Nationals, 2:15, I think his very best was. Now, the Brazilian Sarajevo going for 190 again. This is a huge PB. Certainly personal best that have been recorded on the international stage anyway. 182, he matched that with his opener. And right now sits down in 12th in the snatch. And this would bring him right the way up into second. Terminidze, the lighter man, and he's hit 190 already.
He's got it. Wow, so much better than his previous attempt. The coaches looked so nervous before that lift. They can celebrate now.
Well, that is just tremendous from the Brazilian. And well, I don't have the Brazilian records to hand. Perhaps I will do some furious Googling in a break and see if we can find out whether that is the Brazilian record. It's certainly, I'd be surprised if it wasn't. That was tremendous. And you can see from his face, he even surprised himself there. Great to see it on the world stage. He's in second place now, and it's back to Alexanyan of Armenia. If he doesn't get this, he bombs out. 3 failures in a row if he doesn't get this 190. So a big moment for him. He's only 24, believe it or not.
Well, with 1 second to go, under pressure, that's 3 failures. He's unable to make a total. It's a real shame.
So 3 failures at 190, and that's his World Championships over in terms of a chance at getting a total mark. He can still take part in the clean and jerk here, though. Amir Veligic, the 33-year-old German, comes back out. Third and final, 191. And this is starting to get into hit and hope territory for him. He's almost up at his personal best, but it's been a while since he's been lifting that well.
Wow, tremendous lifting. We're going to see a celebration now.
Really good lifting. Excellent stuff there by Veligic. And 3 out of 3 for the man of 33. Good job.
Good extension. Full commitment underneath the bar. Fights it all the way up.
On with the next man, Oleg Proshak, 192. 5 kilos up. The lightest man in this field, and very snappy through the midsection. And gets it, nails it. Proshak's PB, 200 kilograms, so we're still away from that. So, like Veligic, over 30, he's 31 years old, and he does pull it with a slightly narrow grip. You see that, and his hands slide out to the end. It's almost a moment of, well, he lets go of the bar. Obviously, there's that second of weightlessness, or less than a second as it is. Takes advantage of it to help him get under. Masood, his second, 193, and very quick again for a big man. That is outstanding.
Good lift, Salma Alda. And the bar
2 from 2. That's a new personal best by just 2 kilos. Placed 4th at the World Championships last year. Would love to go one better here. We've still got 3 lifters that are yet to start the competition. Really good extension. Feet move out to the side, no jumping forwards or backwards.
Republic of Belarus. Second attempt.
So we still have 3 men to join the competition, but I think we'll be finishing off the other men's lifts first before they come in. Proshak has a lift, Masood has a lift, Termanidze and Janasek of Belarus, who's about to come out now for his second for 195. And I'm not sure any of those men are going to be hitting 200. And the other 3 men aren't even going to start, according to this start list at the moment, until 2:05. Janasek, 195, just 5 kilos up. This is 1 kilo away from his personal best. 5th at the World Championships last year. Did a 190 in the snatch and then a 226. This would certainly put him in better stead if he were to nail it.
That's another good lift. You can see he's really pleased with that. Just 1 kilo behind his personal best. What are we going to see on a 3rd attempt? Is he going to go for the big 200?
Yeah, why not? 200 kilograms, 440 pounds. Look at the position he's in there. Just drops into the last minute. Well, if you ever have the chance, go into a gym and put 195 kilograms on and try and put your hands out right to the end of the bar and stand up with it. It's not easy. And these fellas are flinging it over their heads. 30 seconds to go then. Our next lifter out. Termanidze, his 3rd and final.
Ooh, body nearly buckled under the weight.
Good lead, Salma Alda. On the bar 197 kilograms, 3rd attempt.
195, just below his best. 3 out of 3. Can't ask for much more at the World Championships.
Absolutely. And he'll be carrying forward that 195 through to the clean and jerk. He leads. He's in gold medal position at the moment in the snatch, Termanidze. Just to sit back and see what the others do now. Now, Oleg Proshak going for 197. Shy of his personal best. Oh my goodness. No, just ran out of platform and another go at that, he might have done it.
It's those kind of movements where you have to take big steps. You can see him holding his elbow. It's those kind of sudden jerky movements in the upper body that are going to cause elbow dislocations and shoulder problems.
You can see the movement of his elbow. Oh goodness, yes, his right elbow actually just pulled back there, and hopefully he hasn't hurt any ligaments. We don't need another replay of that. Here comes the big Egyptian, Mohammed Atia Masood, over 160 kilos, 350 pounds in body weight. Going for 197. This is way, way, way above the PB he brought to this championships. That was 191. He's already bested that with 193. There's 4 kilos more. Oh, and he had the power, didn't he?
Wow, so close. But with these kind of weights, you've got to be in the right position under the bar. You cannot afford to be millimeters forwards or millimeters back. That's when it goes wrong. And the bar to arm's length, but just in front.
Oh, just a man mountain here. Janasek strides out onto the stage. 160 kilos. Not far off 2 meters tall. He's going for his third and final 199. 3 kilos over his personal best. If he gets it, I bet he'll be thinking, why didn't I go for 200? The golden 200.
Well, it's there. Maybe that 200 is a psychological barrier, but he's itching closer, just 1 kilo away now.
Yes, you don't know whether he's ever done it in training before. Some men have done far more in training and then come down in World Championships. Others go up. It just depends on the type of beast that you are, but that was impressive. 3 out of 3.
Bronze medal on Olympic Games, World Champion, European Champion.
Ruslan Albagov, 203. He's brought his start weight down by 2 kilograms. But this still is an enormous weight. There's only 3 men left in the competition. He's the reigning world champion. Oh! Nearly caught it on the way down.
Strong enough to lower it as well.
The weight is 203.
Well, I mean, that's obviously a weight he can do, and he's under a lot of pressure here, of course. Last year, when he won the World Championship, some said it was a soft year with no Salimi. The big Iranian didn't turn up. He fell out with his coach and pulled out.
Now rounded back off the floor, that's going to pull him forwards. The first thing we teach beginners is to keep a nice, strong, straight back.
Well, this is how it stands at the moment. Janasek of Belarus on top of the pile, 199 by 4 kilograms. And, well, there's only 3 men left in the competition. I'll tell you what, if Albagov were to bomb out, wouldn't that be a stunning surprise if Janasek were to get onto the podium? Well, let's hope that doesn't happen for Albagov's sake. He has gone up, I think, from 203. He's not going to take that again. He wants to buy himself a little time. He's gone up to 205. And the Russians, well, they won't play games here because it's another Russian coming in. So Alexei Lovchev, European champion, is coming in at 205 as he posted. And the thing about Lovchev, if you can keep close to Salimi, the world record holder in snatch, he has got a phenomenal clean and jerk. Slightly out of breath there.
No.
And did he time his warm-up correctly? I can't see why he wouldn't have, because he's coming in exactly where we expected him to. So the 2 Russians, well, this isn't the script they wanted. If you saw earlier, Katrina from the women's super heavyweights in the snatch, she broke 2 world records. So the Russian team are on form. Maybe just the pressure's getting to them. Albagov, 205. He's upped it despite missing that opener.
Well, that might be why his teammate was running out onto the platform, assuming maybe he might have a bit longer recovery. But Albagov has nailed it. He's in the competition.
Well, Alexei Lovchev sounds like he's going to go for 205 again. Albagov, his personal best, 210. That's probably what he's going to go for next, I'd imagine, because we know Salimi, he could be doing 215 today. It's possible we could see a world record. He's definitely in shape. He won the Asian Championships at a canter 6 weeks ago. Lovchev going for this again. He's such a tall man. You see how his arms are right out at the end there. He could do with another 6 inches of bar.
Oh, he's on his toes again.
Lost it again to the front, and now he's under real pressure. And even if he gets this, well, people talk about him sticking anything on the bar at the end of the clean and jerk and still winning. But, I'm not sure he's going to be able to pull back 5, 6, 7, 8 kilos on Salimi. We'll have to wait and see, but he still needs to get this third one in.
Well, sitting a long way back on the bar. So dangerous running forwards like that, trying to get your body back under. Elbows are so vulnerable. Rostami there, looks like he's coaching Salami. Rostami was the gold medalist from the men's 85 kilo category just a few days ago.
Yeah, they're training partners and friends, and of course Hussein Razazadeh behind him there, former Olympic champion, shouts on this man, the reigning Olympic champion, the world record holder in the snatch, 2:06 to start his account. Sticks it, stands up with ease, and he did 2:10 6 weeks ago. Well, it looks easier than that at the Asian Championships, then stuck 2:15 on just to have a bit of fun and go for the world record, and he wasn't far away. So will Bedad Salimi pull it off today? He's 6'6", he's 2 meters tall, he's the tallest man here, and that's not normally a recipe for good snatching, but somehow he overcomes it with just raw power.
Raw power and really good technique. He's powerful, he's quick, he's agile. Just see the positions that these big guys can get into. They really are very athletic. Well, under pressure, Lovchev, 1 to go.
Under massive pressure, the European champion. The lifter, the Russians' favour for winning this of their 2 lifters. Desperately needs this.
That was better. No.
Oh no, he's bombed, I can't believe it. He pulled it with bent arms and just raw aggression there.
Well, he was at the bottom. Maybe the position he was in could have taken a fraction of a second to steady himself before standing. Either way, it's history.
That is so sad. Alexei Lovchev, he did 105 kilos, or 205 kilos at the European Championships, but he wasn't pushed like he is here. So Russian hopes now on this man. Luckily for them, he got 2:05 in on his second attempt, so he ups his game to 2:10. Hopefully he's got his head in this competition. He's got a clean and jerk best of 2:55, almost exactly the same as Salimi. Third and final attempt, and it's a good one. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. 2:10. So Salimi, Bedad Salimi of Iran has 2 replies now to come out. And what's your best guess, Michaela? Go 2:11 and then go for a world record, something like that?
Yeah, sounds like a sensible call to me. They would obviously like to take all of the gold medals. That's the weight that's been posted, so it looks like he is going to come out 2:11. But Albagov, that is a phenomenal lift. Having missed his first, he's then succeeded with 2:05, 2:10, equal personal best that he did back in 2012. So good to see him back in world class and best form at these World Championships.
Yes, Albagov, 2:10. People said he struggles with pressure, and that was superb. Now 2:11. Salimi needs the extra kilo. He's the heavier man if he's going to win the snatch. And then he'll have 1 lift left to perhaps go for a world record. pressure gets to him, and he was not close at all there.
Well, it's a difficult position for Albagov to be in. Sat there watching and waiting. He's obviously going to hope that Salami fails again. But if we just watch this, mistimed it slightly, really hanging on at the top rather than dropping under that bit quicker. The change in direction, up and under, has got to be lightning quick. There's too much of a hesitation at the top before he goes. He's trying to pull the bar that bit higher. Well, he's capable. There's not going to be a world record attempt here today on the snatch. Can he come out and nail that 2:11 to take gold away from Albagov?
Yes, he's 4 kilos back at the moment, and then a long way back to third place, because of course the other Russian, Alexei Lovchev, has bombed here. So this would be a huge surprise from seeing Albagov come out first and miss his first snatch at 2:05. And of course Salimi and Lovchev, now they've got a real go out there and nail it reputation. You would have expected this story to have gone totally differently. Now it's Salimi under the pressure and Lovchev is out. And suddenly Ruslan Albagov is in the driving seat. We have just one lift left here in this super heavyweight snatch competition. He's getting fanned down there by Hussein Rezazadeh, the man whose world record he took to push it up. Pushed it all the way up to 2:14 in November 2011. There's Rezazadeh to go ahead by 1 kilogram ahead of the Russian. Final lift. Oh, went off to the side. That was messy, wasn't it?
It was. Gold to Russia on the snatch. Who would have thought?
Ruslan Albagov, third of the Olympic Games, comes out having been under massive pressure, missing 2:03 in the opener. The only one of these men to actually pull his starting lift down. So things weren't feeling great in the warm-up area, but he ends up at 2:10. And well, he did 2:09, 2:55 last year at the World Championships, Ruslan Albagov, for a 4.64 total. And this is his chance to show the world he is the true world champion with Salimi here. So he's taken the golden snatch. Salimi, snatch was his trump suit. He now will have to rely on the clean and jerk to pull things back. Both men's personal best. Well, Salimi 2:55, and it's indeed 2:55 for Albagov as well. So it's still close. Albagov on top, Salimi second, 2:06, and Janaszek, congratulations to Belarus, 1:99 for a bronze. That's a surprise. Further on down the order, Peter the snatch. Albagov surprisingly missing 2:03. All the pressure on him. He went on and did 2:10, and then Salimi makes 2:06 look easy, and then can't do 2:11. Where's Lovchev? Well, he's bombed, I'm afraid. There he is, right down the bottom. So to Alexanyan of Armenia. Big disappointment for the Armenians. They had high hopes for him. The Iranians, well, they're not going to let Salimi, being not quite on form, ruin their party, and they'll back their man with a big clean and jerk. To be fair, he has done 2:55 at the Asian Championships on his second lift 6 weeks ago. Now, Kobaladze of Canada, current standings in the clean and jerk, he leads with 2:21. That's from the B group. The actual overall leader is from the B group as well, of course, because they're the only ones that have done snatch and clean and jerk together. And it is Otta of Japan on 4:06. Peter Nash coming out for 2:16 for his opener, and it's a rising bar competition, 3 lifts each, and this is the lightest weight therefore. Just talking to Akos Naj in the break there, the other great Hungarian weightlifter at super heavies, saying that Peter is in the throes of his legal exams at university, so his preparation hasn't been perfect.
Oh, not too much trouble. Relief on his face. He looked a bit anxious coming onto the platform.
On the bar, 270 kilograms, second attempt, Snatch, Hungary. Second attempt.
Always concerns me a little when he catches that bar there. Chest is quite low, so easy for the bar to come off. Shoulders. Big drive to arm's length. 216 on the board.
Well, what is encouraging is just how high he did pull it, so he certainly could clean a lot more if he were to get his timing right. And a little chopping and changing going on here, and well, Peter Nash isn't going to follow himself. Alexanian, I can tell you, has pulled out from the competition. Yes, the graphics just come up at the same time as it appears on the scoreboard. So, well, it's different from the Olympics. If you bomb in the snatch at the Olympics, well, it's only about the total, the addition of the two. Here, you can go for the individual medals as well, but not for the Armenian. Terminidze of Georgia coming out for his opener at 220.
Oh, very tall athlete. That's an awfully long way for the bar to go, and he's trying to jerk with a very narrow grip. Got really good shoulder stability and core stability to stabilize himself. Just let him tip forwards, big bend of the arms, that will take some speed off the bar, but he's well strong enough, stands with ease. That adjustment just to get the bar off the windpipe and adjust the grip.
Just holding the bar a little skew-whiff there. That's his grip is as well. Look at his right hand. It's a good inch away from the metal ring there.
Republic of Belarus, first attempt.
See the Egyptian just going through his warm-up. He's currently only on 70 kilograms, so there must be a good few men coming before him. Now this is the Belarusian who had a spectacular snatch competition and a good spot of luck with Lovchev bombing out as well. 199. He's the bronze medalist from the snatch, coming out at 221.
Локти повыше. Ногами. Пошел, давай, давай, пошел. Спокойно. За голову. Держи, держи. Стой, стой, стой.
Well, no problems. First attempt safely completed. Working hard. These weights are really pushing these boys now.
Takes him up to a total of 420, and he's in the lead ahead of Terminidze.
Really good in the jerk phase. Dips nice and straight, drives the bar to arm's length, hips underneath the shoulders, shoulders under the bar.
Second attempt, Peter Nash, Hungary. Second attempt,
Peter Nash again, 222. Successful in his first one. You can see, having not had a particularly good snatch discipline, even if he gets this, it'll only take him to third in the total.
A 6 kilo improvement from his first attempt. And he's got it.
Oh, very good indeed. 2:26 is personal best before today, and that's probably what he's going to go for roughly there next, I'd imagine.
Germany.
Keeps his chest a lot higher this time.
First attempt.
Good drive to arm's length. Back leg is a little straight, pulling the hips backwards, but no problems recovering.
Amir Veligic, 2-2-3. His opening clean and jerk. Veligic ended up in 7th in Snatch, 191. Good result for him.
Well, he's on the board. He's made a total. 2 attempts remaining.
Yes, and his personal best in the clean and jerk, 2:35. So there's a long way to go for him here. He can claw back, as he has done in the past, a deficit from Snatch. Maybe not to bring himself up into the medals here, but perhaps to do better than he did at the Olympics. 8th there, 3rd at the European Championships. If he was inside the top 5, it would be a big success for Germany.
Moving up on the bar, 225 kilogram. First attempt. Ahmed Mohamed, Egypt. Birinci mümkünlük Zildemir'de 225 kilo.
Well, we have 2 Egyptian lifters, Mohamed and Mohamed Massoud.
This is Massoud in picture. There's only 125 on the bar. Just to get moving with his warm-up.
Yeah, well, he's expected in at 2:30. This man will take up a bit of time. Sarah Eva of Brazil expected at 2:25 as well. Froschak at 2:28, so he could have another potentially 8-10 minutes. We'll have to see as Mohamed comes on at 2:25. Only a 181 in the snatch. I left him down in 15th position.
Oh, easy jerk. See the body shaking, doesn't want to hold it any longer than he has to. He's looking tentative as he walks off. That's because the bar was on his windpipe, cutting off the oxygen to the brain.
First attempt.
Well, we still have a number of men to come out and do their first attempts. Albagov's posted 2:45, so has Salimi. Fernando Reis of Brazil. Excellent snatch competition for him. Big personal best, 190 kilograms there. 2:25 to open his account.
Oh, looked heavy off the floor.
Very slow off the floor.
I say, for the clean to be that hard, he must have a good jerk. Just about stand still. Posted a 220 at the weigh-in. Has upped it by 5 kilos to 225. He's made a total, but that was a tough clean.
That was a really tough clean. At one point, I thought it was going to be a tough deadlift. It was so slow off the floor. Look at this again. She pulls him forward, and then he somehow manages to get his hips into it and get it up.
Jerk was a lot better. Nice position underneath the bar. Body nice and straight. Just when you think he's got the down signal, he keeps taking that extra step. don't know whether he's ripped his hand or something. If he has, it won't be too much bother. Fill it with chalk, stop it bleeding, bit of tape, out you go again.
Yes, he did hold it for quite a while there, didn't he?
And he just stayed on the platform.
Moving up, the weight is 220.
So it's Mohammed of Egypt who leads by virtue of body weight, tied on 225 with the Brazilian. Salimi going through his paces, warming up towards what is expected to be his opener of 245, same as Lovchev, same as Albagov. Yes, Lovchev did bomb and snatch, but at the World Championships he can come back and still do the clean and jerk. He can still go for one of the smaller medals, but no chance at a total. Terminitza 227, just fractionally above 500 pounds.
Ooh. Bit of a twist as he stood up there in the hips. 7 kilos up from his first attempt. Sure, we'll see him come back and attempt that again.
I mean, he was obviously feeling good after the snatch where he hit 3 out of 3, but that's the first lift where suddenly his confidence hasn't been there. So another man who hit 3 out of 3 in the snatch, Janasek. 221 he nailed as well for his opener, so 227 for him.
Локти повыше. Спину держим. Пошел, не торопись. За голову.
Well, that's a good lift. 3 out of 3 on the snatch. That's 2 out of 2 on the clean and jerk. 1 lift remaining. He must be on cloud 9, having won a bronze medal on the snatch. An unexpected result.
Massively unexpected, of course, as one of the big Russians bombed out. 230, his personal best. So still a little room, perhaps, for improvement, but that was getting pretty close to the limit. You never know with these supers. 5-10 kilos just isn't as much for them as it is for the lighter body weight categories. Peter Nash going for 227. This is huge for Nash. Personal best by 1 kilogram. Well, sadly didn't get underneath it to give it a chance to stand up. The little smile says it all. I don't think he really believed he could do that.
Well, he gave it a good go. Committed fully. Just dropped the chest, bar fell off.
Terminitza, 227 again. Getting screamed at by his coaches. It's an important lift for him. He's down in 5th in the clean and jerk. Bring him up to first position.
Better. Good overhead.
Good lift.
There we are, 227. Slightly down on his personal best. It's 5 out of 6 lifts, a fairly successful day.
Well, the mention of Ukraine gets a whole section of the crowd chanting and cheering. They're all here to see Oleg Proshak, who hit 192. A little disappointing for him in the snatch. He may well be the next man out at 228. Still a way away from Albagov and Salimi, the big two after the snatch. This is Proshak then.
Oh, no messing around, out of the clean, pretty much straight into the dip and drive.
He's been around a long time, Proshak, and he's picked up a lot of fans along the way. They're all here cheering him. Good solid lifter. He's done quite a bit more though in the past. He's at 245 actually at his very best.
Moving up on the bar 230 kilograms, second attempt, Sander Velagic, Germany.
Coming out, Velagic of Germany, originally of Bosnian descent. Came to Germany a number of years ago, got his German citizenship in 2000. And has been proudly lifting for Germany since then. 230 kilograms then, this is 7 kilos up on his previous.
It's there. Very deliberate movements. Just taking a deep breath, catching his breath. He's pleased with that. 230, 5 kilos below his best. But let's stress, that was set back in 2010, so 4 years ago. We haven't seen him in that kind of form until now. Great to see him back, pretty much at best.
Yeah, 33 years old. The oldest man in the category. I can't think of, slightly unbent arm there on his left arm, but we've seen that before. It doesn't ever quite fully lock, but it definitely had a little flex. But, don't tell the referees. He's got away with it. Velagic has got his second, and he's still got a third to come out and do, and he's sitting third overall in the total, first in the clean and jerk. Still, we have 5 men to join the competition, though. This is Ahmed Mohamed coming out for 230 kilograms. The other Egyptian, Mohamed Massoud, expected out at 235 for his opener.
Oh, he's lost his wrist support already. That's dangerous. Hope he doesn't slip on it.
Tough guy, well done. Held his nerve there, despite something that could have really put him off.
I think that came off on the snatch as well. Maybe time for a new pair of wrist supports. These are Velcro. So sometimes when you've been wearing them for a number of months in training, the Velcro can lose its stickiness.
Yes, without 230 kilos there to bend over and pick up, he can... Reaching down and picking up that tiny strap's not happening. These guys are so much strain on their bodies. Let's hope there's no injury there. Just hobbling a little bit, but he has been on the others as well. The Egyptian now. Brazil's Sariava, 230. 225 looks so difficult. Looked like he was struggling just to get it off the floor, but somehow he got it overhead. I think if he gets it to his shoulders, he stands a good chance of jerking it.
That was better, much more aggressive off the floor. Just sit off his windpipe. Good drive to arm's length, but needs to stand still. He's got the down signal.
Well, that was just a different man who stepped out on stage. If you'd have put that side by side with his previous lift, you'd say, well, the lighter one was 15 kilos heavier. and it was all about positioning there. He just picked up much better position.
Well, a lot of this is to do with the mental strength and focus and how you approach the weight. If you come onto the bar thinking, oh, this is going to be heavy, it will be. If you come onto the bar thinking, right, come on, I've got to do this, suddenly it can feel that bit lighter, and it really is a lot to do with how you approach it psychologically.
Janaszek, 230. This would be 6 out of 6 for the Belarusian. He's in the lead of the overall anyway on 426. This will put him up to 429, 7 kilos ahead of the rest. Of course, 5 men still to come in.
No.
So he will settle for 227. And that's the first lift that he's missed. But it's been a good day for him. He's going to get up onto the podium with that 3rd place in the snatch with 199. A nice surprise, no doubt.
Really hit him hard at the bottom and just bounced off.
Moving up, the weight is 231 kilograms, third attempt. Moving up, 232
Well, there's
kilograms on the bars.
the Egyptian, Mohamed Massoud, getting ready to come out at 235, we believe. And let's just have a look at the start weights. Lovchev saying 245, so too Salimi and Albagov. So way ahead of the others. Massoud expected in at 235, and well, Mart Siem of Estonia 234. That's an impressive start weight for a man who only snatched 185, and his personal best Siem is 236.
I've just seen a picture of Mohamed Ahmed in the warm-up room, having just done that 230 on the clean and jerk. Seemed to be limping off. He's lying on the platform. Are we going to see him for his final attempt? He's got a couple more minutes to recover.
Yes, his coaches have put a weight high enough so that it's bringing in other men. And next man out is Mart Siem. 234, his opener. Huge weight for him. 2 kilos away from his very best in major competitions.
Only needs to stand still. Only just to arm's length, and then the shoulders nearly buckled on him. The movement that we saw right at the end, just before the down signal, was shoulder movement, not elbows. That's okay. That looked like a top-end weight. I'm not sure how much more he has today. Clean was strong and very aggressive.
He looks like the kind of guy who enjoys his front squatting, that's for sure. That could have gone wrong there a few times. Oleg Proshak, 234. Jumps to the side and starts to get twisted up here.
Oof. Not enough leg drive through that starting position. Tried to rely on the upper body. Proshak, personal best of 245, so quite a way down on that. Watch how his back collapses at the bottom there. Little rounded in the upper back, works hard to stand. The positioning of the feet far from ideal on the jerk.
Mart Siem, Estonia, 234, up at the top of the pile, 2 lifts left. And Mohamed of Egypt in second, equal on 230 with Veligic, and Ries of Brazil. He's the lightest of the 3. There's Salimi. They're seeing these guys up on the big screen here in the Balwan Sholak Palace of Sport and Culture in Almaty. No Kazakh interest here today, but whenever there's a weightlifting competition, the super heavyweights always have a special place in fans' interest. The biggest weights are going to be shifted. Well, I think the world record in the snatch was probably more likely to go, but you never know. Salimi, he did 2:55 at the Asian Games. That was his personal best. That was only his second lift. He didn't take a third lift. That was just a matter of weeks ago. And there's Albagov, Ruslan Albagov, the returning world champion. He's got to be good for 2:55 today. Koshak's final effort, 2:34.
Well, very much the same as his previous attempt. Technical on the jerk.
2:35 being asked for the next man by our MC. Spotters run on, and he can clean a weight, but as you said, he's really shouldn't be going to your upper body at all.
No, trying to use arms too early, meaning the legs cannot drive to arm's length. In his split position with his feet, he's very wide, but not very far forwards or back, therefore he finds it hard to drop under.
This big Egyptian strides up onto the stage to open his account in the clean and jerk. Mohamed Massoud, 235 kilograms. So we'll take him straight into first place in the clean and jerk.
Well, that was comfortable. Opening attempt from Massoud Mohamed. Very, very comfortable.
So in terms of who's still to come in, Bedad Salimi 245, Lovchev 245, and Albagov 245. Everybody else is in at the moment. Mart Siem of Estonia has pumped his next lift up to 241. Amazing. Veligic, he's still got one lift left. Here he is, 235. This will take him from third to first in terms of overall.
Oh, good effort, but not today.
Well, he's been around a while, Amir Veligic. All the way back in 2009, came out and did 185, 228, 191, 230 today.
Really strong off the floor, aggressive, stands up without too much problem, just unable to drive to arm's length.
Funnily enough, that 2009 World Championships that I've just read out there, this is best ever finish at a World Champs, 6th. And, well, he's unlikely to match that today. Probably Veligic will be 7th, 8th, 9th today. So the Brazilian getting cheered on here, 235, massive personal best for him.
He can still go again. The bar has not passed his knees.
Thank you very much.
He's declaring on that weight, no thank you, too much today.
Yes, he's 5 kilos above his personal best. He's already nailed a personal best in the snatch. He's had a super day, actually, the Brazilian. He's in 6th overall. He didn't really have much chance of turning up here for medals, but Yeah, that's pretty off-putting.
Third attempt, Ahmed Mohamed, Egypt.
So Mohamed, is he going to come out? 240 is what he posted. As you said before, he was looking like he perhaps had some kind of injury though earlier, so I'm not sure he is going to come out. The coaches were maybe just buying him a little time to see if he could recover, but maybe he is. Here he is. Yes, that left leg is the one he's been hobbling on slightly, and he's still hobbling, but hobbling out to do 240, 10 kilos above what he did in the previous, and his personal best. This is very close to it. He is a big clean and jerker. Again, that strap comes off. No, and you can see there's something wrong with his left leg there for sure. He's struggling to bend over, and off he goes. He's had a really good run of things. Despite that, he's managed to get 4 out of his previous 5 lifts.
243 kilograms, second attempt, Mart Siem, Estonia.
Mart Siem, he'll be the man out next. There's Albagov just relaxing. Starting to get out towards the ends of the bar now. It's a lot of weight on him. Mart Siem did 234. This is what the super heavies do. They just jam on more weight and see what can happen in the clean and jerk. So we're nearly 10 kilos up here, and his personal best 236 before today. So talk about annihilating your personal best if he does it, and what a stage to do it on.
Very, very strong clean. Oh, body shaking under the bar. Just see how much effort it takes just to hold it. He's done well. That's a good lift.
Good
Huge
man.
personal best.
Yes, indeed. Good man. That's him into the lead of the World Championships in the clean and jerk as well. He's into the lead of the total. Goodness, 428 kilograms. And just before this lift, he was down in 7th. It was worth it doing that massive jump. Is there much more, though?
I'm not sure. Just watch his body now shaking under the weight. That's just holding it. He's then got to go through the motions and stabilise overhead. That was a tremendous effort. I'm not sure there's much more there today. 1 attempt remaining.
Mohamed Massoud, 243. So he's jumped up 8 kilograms as well. And this would stick him back into first.
Good extension. Keeps his chest high. Wow. 3 kilos, that's a great lift, and he still has 1 attempt remaining.
Oh, huffing and puffing there as he steps off stage. He's got to try and recover as quickly as possible, because, well, actually, he probably will get a solid break now, because Lovchev, Salimi and Albagov are all expected in around the 245 mark. So actually he could get a good 10 minutes of break here if he plays his cards right, and maybe goes up to 250. Maybe not that high, maybe 248. Well, leading after the snatch, Ruslan Albagov of Russia. failed the 203, then hit 205 and 210 to lead Salimi going into this clean and jerk by 4 kilos. So sensibly not pushing it too high at the start here. Come out and get 245, go into the lead, and it would virtually guarantee himself a silver or gold in terms of the overall.
It's a lifter in complete control. Very comfortable, very good, technically proficient, conserving as much energy as possible. Still 2 attempts remaining. The leader after the snatch is now the leader overall.
And 255 is personal best. 245 went up without a problem, and he looks so much more relaxed than the man who stepped off stage after that snatch miss at 203. Really solid jerk. 455. He is 19 kilograms ahead of second place, and of course Lovchev, who will be joining the clean and jerk, can't get a total, so he really has guaranteed himself a silver or a gold here as Alexei Lovchev comes onto the stage. He bombed in the snatch. Redemption for him. 245 on the bar.
It's a long way for the bar to travel. He's a very tall guy. But that's there.
The European champion has put himself into the lead of the clean and jerk by virtue of body weight. He's 17 kilos lighter than Albagov, the other Russian, but of course he doesn't have a total, having bombed in the snatch. Bernard Salimi, 246 is what he's going for, and that would put him 1 kilo ahead of the 2 Russians into first in the clean and jerk. In terms of overall, he'd only be in second.
Oh, so strong. Oh, more of an effort on the jerk. He just got the down signal, feet were barely in line. Clean was super easy, but the jerk, questionable.
Asian Championships, he comes out and snatches 210, makes a good effort at the world record at 215, then does 255 for a second lift in the clean and jerk, says that's it, I've had enough, I've already beaten everyone by 40 kilos. That's 6 weeks ago, and did he just peak too early?
Well, to ask a lifter at senior level to compete and peak at major championships within 2 months of each other is crazy. It really is crazy, and I think he's asking a bit much of himself here.
Yeah, why do the Asian Championships then? So the World Championships continue. Mart CM going for 246. He would go from third back up to first in terms of clean and jerk.
He might be lucky. The elbows were very soft, particularly on the right arm, but I thought it went to lock in one continuous movement rather than a deliberate press out. It may have been a slow movement, but they went to arms lock in one movement.
That is incredible, really. 236 his personal best before today, 2:43. He was happy with in the second lift, and now 2:46. What a day for Marciem of Estonia. He's put himself right up there in the world-class category in the clean and jerk. He leads the World Championships, but Lovchev, Salimi, Masood and Albagov all with lifts left. This is the final one. The big Egyptian Masood, 2:47.
Well, regardless of whether he's successful with this, he'll find himself on the podium overall.
Yes, he's already got himself the bronze guaranteed, because Lovchev is out the contest, having bombed in Snatch. And well, problem there with his thigh. By this time of the competition, of course, people do get cramp. It's so hot backstage, and
let's hope that is all it is.
So Albagov, what does he go to next? He's posted 2:55. As for Salimi, he's only posted 2:50. He wasn't very convincing in his opener at 2:46. Right now it's Marciem who leads, 2:46, same as Salimi, but he's the lighter man. Here's Lovchev, Alexei Lovchev, 250 kilograms. He's only in it for the clean and jerk now. Bombed at 2:05, 2:05, and then went for 2:06 on his final snatch. European champion just didn't look himself in the snatch. 2:55 his personal best earlier in the year. He's done more than that on a national stage.
Well, that's there. He wants some consolation from this competition, and he's guaranteed himself a medal on the clean and jerk. Question is, what colour? Only Salami and Albagov can have any influence over that now.
Well, 250 kilos, best part of 40 stone he's just chucked over his head there. And he's got one lift left. Looks like Salimi will be coming out next. Salimi had to up his posted 250 to 251, of course, to stay ahead of Lovchev. He's the heavier man. Lovchev only 139 kilos. I say only because Salimi's 171.
See how close the collars are now to the end of the bar. The loaders are not risking the weights sliding off, so they're putting the small weights back on the inside of the collar.
So this will put him into first overall and into first in the clean and jerk.
His front leg, oh, it does well to get back under.
Well recovered indeed, goodness. And the Iranian fans there went silent for a split second. I thought a big wobble was coming on, but he's nailed it. And is he worth much more? He's in the lead now. Albagov, of course, has 2 attempts left. Thinking in terms of the overall, because that's who the true world champion is. And is there much more there? I'm not sure there is.
Well, if Albagov can succeed with a 252, which is the weight that he's going to be coming out for next, surely this will put it out of Salami's reach on a final attempt. This is an important lift for Albagov. This will pretty much secure him the title with only one lifter having one attempt remaining.
Be he does this, yeah, Salimi would have to go up to best part of 260, 257 anyway. And cleans it with ease.
Oh, forward, can he save it?
Oh no, a little shaky there, and nearly went over on his ankle. 252, a little bit of a surprise that. Did he rush the jerk?
Well, the clean was so strong. Like to see the jerk from the side. Guessing he dropped his chest fractionally, pushed himself away from it. Good clean, timed that to perfection. Very strong legs to stand. Here we go. Tip straight. Just pushes himself backwards. Hips only slightly behind the shoulders. Only slightly.
You see the way he gets the whip on the bar. It's so heavy with all these plates on either end. Just a little drop and then shoving it back up as the current standings for the clean and jerk. 251 for Salimi. He's ahead of Lovchev, who's on 250, and of course Albegov, he's only on 245. So right now, Albegov, this would be all confused. Albegov won the snatch and sits down in fourth in the clean and jerk, second in the total. And it's Salimi who is leading the total. That would be quite a turnaround. 2 kilograms ahead of Albegov, and of course Masoud, the Egyptian, he's way back from those two. Lovchev does not record a total, having bombed in the snatch, and I bet he wished he started just a little bit lower than the 205 entry that he did. 203 and built it up. 202, he was so close. Well, right now it's all down to Ruslan Albegov to pull this off for the Russians to win the world title overall. He needs this lift to take him ahead of Salimi, back on top. He needs it to get a medal of any color in the clean and jerk. He's in fourth. Let's see him, the Estonians ahead of him.
That's better. He's not going to make the same mistake again. He's right up there now. Gold on the clean and jerk. Gold overall. There's only one lifter that can take the overall gold away from him, and that's
Salimi. Yes, he's got Salimi's got one lift left, and he's going to go for it. Of course he is. He's the Olympic champion, 2 times world champion, and Ruslan Albegov, he's right now got first places across the board. He's done all he can do. He hit the 252 after a great deal of pressure. His total 462. The lead total, Salimi 457. So 5 kilos between them. We know Salimi's heavier, so he needs 6 kilos to beat him. So 6 kilos up on his previous 251. He needs 257. Salimi's personal best, 255. So he's going to have to pull something out of the bank, and it just doesn't look like Salimi's got what it takes today. But you never know. Ruslan Albegov, has he retained his world title? He did it when this man wasn't here last year. He's fallen out with the Iranian coaching staff, and well, everyone was saying it was a soft world title to win without Salimi there. But there is this sub-story. Alexei Lovchev, the man who bombed in the snatch, goes for 257. If he hits this, it'll be a nice personal best, and it would potentially give him the gold in the clean and jerk. It would move him from third to first, with Salimi being the final lifter out.
Very strong. Did we just see that?
That was so quick. And sticks it overhead. Go on. Go on. Good man. He's done it. And he's going to get himself the gold in the clean and jerk. Well, it's a little bit of something for him, a little bit of something. It's a gold medal, of course, at the World Championships. He came here for the gold overall. He, in many ways, should have done it. He was the man on form, the European champion, the rising star of Russian weightlifting, and he bombs in the snatch. But that is a great turnaround, and I'm sure he'll remember this if he ever needs to call on it again. If he's in that position in the snatch, he can turn around and fight. Good for him. But there is still one reply, and that is Salimi, the Olympic champion. You don't become Olympic champion, 2 times world champion for nothing. He has what it takes, but it's a big increase, 6 kilos more, to move him from 2nd overall to become 3 times world champion.
And it's gone.
It's gone, I'm afraid. There is your 2 times world champion, now Ruslan Albagov. And the Russians have done it in the women's and the men's supers. Not quite as comfortable in the men's, and yes, Salimi, a true hero back in Iran. And indeed to weightlifting fans worldwide, couldn't quite pull it off today. He needed a personal best in the clean and jerk to do it, so he'll have to settle for 251 in the clean and jerk. That's 3rd place there, bronze, and a silver in the overall. 3rd place overall, Mohamed Massoud of Egypt, courtesy of Lovchev, bombing out in the snatch, and of course Lovchev the gold in the clean and jerk. And well, how close was he?
Well, the bar was there, just not quite in the right position underneath. See how close he is now. Oh, doesn't get much closer. I don't think it was quite at arm's length. Just needed another centimetre, but it was a tremendous effort. Of course he's going to be disappointed. He came here for gold, but he finishes with silver. Albagov, the champion.
This massive man, Ruslan Albagov. He almost looks short from a distance. He's so chunky, but that's because he's nearly 160 kilos in body weight. And he pops 3 out of 3 overhead in the end. And well done to him. He is the man in the total, 462 kilos. Further on down the clean and jerk results, well, Alexandria never came out, I'm afraid. Gold to Lovchev, Albagov the silver, Salimi gets the bronze in the clean and jerk. And when you talk about who was world champion, it's all about the total. The world champion of 2014, Ruslan Albagov, again, he retained it. Salimi 5 kilos back, and then a massive gap back to Mohamed. And well done to CM Mart, the Estonian, 4th position. Big result for him.